unbelievers. What is with this book that leaves nothing, small or big, but it has enumerated it? They will find everything they had done present. Your Lord does not wrong anyone. We said to the angels, bow down to Adam. So they bowed down, except for Satan. He was of the jinn, and he defied the command of his Lord. Will you take him and his offspring as lords instead of me, when they are an enemy to you? Evil is the exchange for the wrongdoers. I did not call them to witness the creation of the heavens and the earth, nor their own creation. And I do not take the misleaders for assistants. On the day when he will say, call on my partners whom you have claimed. They will call on them, but they will not answer them. And we will place between them a barrier. And the sinners will see the fire, and will realize that they will tumble into it. They will find no deliverance from it. We have elaborated in this Quran for the people every kind of example, but the human being is a most argumentative being. What prevented people from accepting faith, when guidance has come to them, and from seeking their Lord's forgiveness? Unless they are waiting for the precedent of the ancients to befall them, or to have the punishment come upon them face to face. We send the messengers only as deliverers of good news and warners. Those who disbelieve argue with false argument, in order to defeat the truth thereby. They take my verses, and the warnings, for a joke. Who does greater wrong than he, who, when reminded of his Lord's revelations, turns away from them, and forgets what his hands have put forward? We have placed coverings over their hearts, lest they understand it, and heaviness in their ears. And if you call them to guidance, they will not be guided, ever. Your Lord is the forgiver, possessor of mercy. Were he to call them to account for what they have earned, he would have hastened the punishment for them. But they have an appointment from which they will find no escape. And these towns, we destroyed them when they committed injustices, and we set for their destruction an appointed time. Recall when Moses said to his servant, I will not give up until I reach the junction of the two rivers, even if it takes me years. Then, when they reached the junction between them, they forgot about their fish. It found its way into the river, slipping away. When they went further, he said to his servant, bring us our lunch. We were exposed in our travel to much fatigue. He said, do you remember when we rested by the rock? I forgot about the fish. It was only the devil who made me forget it. And so it found its way to the river, amazingly. He said, this is what we were seeking. And so they turned back, retracing their steps. Then they came upon a servant of ours, whom we had blessed with mercy from us, and had taught him knowledge from our own. Moses said to him, may I follow you, so that you may teach me some of the guidance you were taught? He said, you will not be able to endure with me. And how will you endure what you have no knowledge of? He said, you will find me, God willing, patient. And I will not disobey you in any order of yours. He said, if you follow me, do not ask me about anything, until I myself make mention of it to you. So they set out. Until, when they had boarded the boat, he hauled it. He said, did you haul it, to drown its passengers? You have done something awful. He said, did I not tell you that you will not be able to endure with me? He said, do not rebuke me for forgetting, and do not make my course difficult for me. Then they set out. Until, when they encountered a boy, he killed him. He said, did you kill a pure soul, who killed no one? You have done something terrible. He said, did I not tell you that you will not be able to endure with me? He said, if I ask you about anything after this, then do not keep company with me. You have received excuses from me. So they set out. Until, when they reached the people of a town, they asked them for food, but they refused to offer them hospitality. There they found a wall about to collapse, and he repaired it. He said, if you wanted, you could have obtained a payment for it. He said, this is the parting between you and me. I will tell you the interpretation of what you were unable to endure. As for the boat, it belonged to paupers working at sea. I wanted to damage it because there was a king coming after them seizing every boat by force. As for the boy, his parents were believers, and we feared he would overwhelm them with oppression and disbelief. So we wanted their Lord to replace him with someone better in purity, and closer to mercy. And as for the wall, it belonged to 2 orphan boys in the town. Beneath it was a treasure that belonged to them. Their father was a righteous man. Your Lord wanted them to reach their maturity, and then extract their treasure, as a mercy from your Lord. I did not do it of my own accord. This is the interpretation of what you were unable to endure. And they ask you about Zulkarnain. Say, I will tell you something about him. We established him on earth, and gave him all kinds of means. He pursued a certain course. Until, when he reached the setting of the sun, he found it setting in a murky spring, and found a people in its vicinity. We said, O Zulkarnain, you may either inflict a penalty, or else treat them kindly. He said, as for him who does wrong, we will penalize him, then he will be returned to his Lord, and he will punish him with an unheard of torment. But as for him who believes and acts righteously, he will have the finest reward, and we will speak to him of our command with ease. Then he pursued a course. Until, when he reached the rising of the sun, he found it rising on a people for whom we had provided no shelter from it. And so it was. We had full knowledge of what he had. Then he pursued a course. Until, when he reached the point separating the 2 barriers, he found beside them a people who could barely understand what is said. They said, O Zulkarnain, the Gog and Magog are spreading chaos in the land. Can we pay you, to build between us and them a wall? He said, what my Lord has empowered me with is better. But assist me with strength, and I will build between you and them a dam. Bring me blocks of iron. So that, when he had leveled up between the 2 cliffs, he said, blow. And having turned it into a fire, he said, bring me tar to pour over it. So they were unable to climb it, and they could not penetrate it. He said, this is a mercy from my Lord. But when the promise of my Lord comes true, he will turn it into rubble, and the promise of my Lord is always true. On that day, we will leave them surging upon one another. And the trumpet will be blown, and we will gather them together. On that day, we will present the disbelievers to hell, all displayed. Those whose eyes were screened to my message, and were unable to hear. Do those who disbelieve think that they can take my servants for masters instead of me? We have prepared hell for the hospitality of the faithless. Say, shall we inform you of the greatest losers in their works? Those whose efforts in this world are misguided, while they assume that they are doing well. It is they who rejected the communications of their Lord, and the encounter with him. So their works are in vain. And on the day of resurrection, we will consider them of no weight. That is their requital, hell, on account of their disbelief, and their taking my revelations and my messengers in mockery. As for those who believe and do righteous deeds, they will have the gardens of paradise for hospitality, abiding therein forever, without desiring any change therefrom. Say, If the ocean were ink for the words of my Lord, the ocean would run out, before the words of my Lord run out, even if we were to bring the like of it in addition to it. Say, I am only a human being like you, being inspired that your God is one God. Whoever hopes to meet his Lord, let him work righteousness, and never associate anyone with the service of his Lord.